Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. So we're going to go over some of the things from the last battle and some predictions on the first. But actually, we're just going to do predictions on the next battle with Reavers.
I'm going to go Reavers for this one.
I think I'm going Reavers as well. Don't know why. Maybe it's because they're undefeated. How about you, Gamal?
I'd just like to. You might be getting ahead of yourselves here, and Reavers versus who? Because we're missing a match at the moment, chaps.
Oh, that's right. We have space violence first, don't we?
Absolutely, it's V4 versus Space Violence.
I'm glad you caught that. We were rushing around a little bit here.
Well, it's going to be V4 then after that last showing.
Yeah, V4 Dur had that was really impressive.
Well, come on, you can't pick my team now. It's like
I didn't pick. I'm going Space Violence. Just
yeah,
for
fine.
you.
I'm going Space Violence as well now.
You know why? Because Space Violence's video is awesome. I love that video. Probably can't show it on Twitch, but it's awesome.
I'm going to say slight advantage to Space Violence here, but only very slight. It could be a toss-up.
Why'd you say that?
Both really strong teams, and Vader's got the morale up from the win last round, but that might give him a little bit of hubris. So I'm gonna go Space Violence.
But so far, everyone I predicted will win will lose. Sorry, V4.
We always know how much the Imperium suffers from hubris, don't we?
We do. We do.
God, did we ever?
Don't be talking crazy like that here.
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty. Let's see. I don't know when the next event begins. Do we have a time on our start here? Should be just a couple of minutes, right?
I'll check with the referees.
Yeah, I mean they're not on the field yet, so we have some time.
It should be 21:20, I think. So there's plenty of opportunity to actually go over some of the actual team history in its own right, if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Who wants to start? You want to do it, Moment?
Right, well, I'll do it for V4. So the team captain there is Blade, and the team name just came about because they just used their corp tag, apparently. The team captain, we asked them how much they like FC and that sort of thing, what they like. And they don't FC a great deal, but they do have a love of Sleipnirs. We tried to find out as well how hard they've been practicing. They said that they had not been practicing. It's impossible to improve on perfection. We then asked, what are the team's major strengths? That was a reference to cocaine and hookers. Are we allowed to even say that? I'm not sure.
You can say whatever you want. This is the internet.
Okay, that's fine. And it's true, obviously, because it's on the internet.
I believe their reference was they can blast through an insane amount of it.
So I don't know. What is that? Is that killing hookers?
I'm not
they're
sure.
truckers.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like to blast through hookers.
I don't know what they mean by that, but it's interesting, right? No, so you know what would have been really interesting? If they had a full team yesterday, what would this field look like today, and what would the difference be?
Well, from the way that they're running their competition at the moment, is they're just not running with a full team, and it's very deliberately. I would say that Blade is very kind of confident individual. We went and asked, who are you most looking forward to fighting in the tournament? And they go, the team which will come second place. And I mean, if that doesn't tell you something about these guys, then I don't know what is. We asked them if they could choose another team to actually win rather than themselves. They went for Boat, and it would just be great to see Boat win, because we all know how Boat gets.
Well, the other
I
thing,
could have been in those comms when that match was going on. Oh, that must have been funny.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I saw a comment in the chat earlier, and I don't know if that individual and I forget his name because I've had to restart mine as well. They said, we really do love boats, so that's the way to be in the tournament.
Oh, indeed, no doubt.
I mean,
there's some great responses from the Vader team here. Like, where would you rate yourself in the Imperium's FC rankings? Better than a potato, which is pretty good. Like, it's better than a potato. So, and is there anything now they wanted to actually? I thought that this was really nice after reading the first line. It was like, where would you like to promote any other SIGs or the like? And they said that they'd like to make the enemy teams aware of Broadcast for Reps channel for when they are crushed by the might of Vader. So V4 sorry. So that was interesting. Now they're going to be fighting Reavers. Now, surprisingly, Reavers are named Reavers because of the SIG that Asher is in charge of.
Aren't they fighting space violence first?
Yes.
Space Violence first. Space Violence first.
How dare I? Space Violence first? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, like I did earlier. Yeah, I get it.
Well,
we all know that you
thing, isn't it?
Australians. We all know that you Australians live in the future, so maybe you know something that we don't.
The sun is coming up. It's not nice. I have to go to work in a couple of hours. So, so the team captain of Space Violence, Zazad, got a field promotion to captain last week because the original team captain has been AFK for weeks. So hopefully that's not a trend in Space Violence. Team captains just going and disappearing. You got some more information on them for me, Moomin?
I'm sorry, guys, but I hear you are all predicting that V4 is going to get into the final.
No, when Space
should I
Violence.
inform Space Violence that you guys think they're going to lose this one?
Hey, everybody knows this tournament's rigged. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well,
Everything
obviously
we do is
Butzink didn't win.
No, I picked Space Violence, guys. So I'm there.
To win the whole thing.
No, to move on against Reavers.
Okay, let's go through the studio. So the next match is Vader versus Space Violence. Who do you think is going to win this one, Borak?
Oh, it's got to be Vader on their last showing. They surprised them with micro jump drives, and so I'd expect more surprises from V4.
And Eric, you think Space Violence, yeah?
That's right, because Moomin yelled at me for picking Vader.
Gommel?
You know what? I think I'll break company and go with Space Violence on this one.
And Kiara?
I need to change my vote now. Everyone just keeps flicking around. It's like we're all mindless.
I think slight advantage for Space Violence. They've got a little bit of rest. Vader's coming down off of a huge high off their win from Bomber Moth. I think it'll be a slight advantage to Space Violence.
Yeah, I think
coming off of
Vader's actually
successes like Vader has been, it can really go either way. They could really be pumped and riding the wave of their successes, or they might just be thinking that the match is in the bag already and not put 100% where they need to.
Yeah, so this day 2 is an elimination day. Obviously, the only game was game 13 was one of those games. Sorry, game 13 and game 16 for the winners groups that nobody got eliminated. But basically, the loser of this match will be eliminated. And the Space Violence, I think they really want to win this one because they've only lost one match so far. I'm not sure about if Vader has lost 1 or 2, or have they?
All right.
They lost the bomb off, correct? All right, we've got 1 minute to go. The red team will be Vader, blue team Space Violence. This is an elimination bracket. The winner will go through to what we think is going to be the finals against Reavers. It'll be a rematch from earlier today of Reavers versus Space Violence, or it'll be Reavers versus Vader. We're going to head over to the commentators box now.
Okay,
Alright.
and here we are again on the red team. We've got V4 Der. They're bringing Fleet Typhoon, Balgon, Aneros, Orthrus, Purifier, Hound. Looks remarkably similar setup to what they had earlier on, and they're only fielding 6 pilots.
And on the blue team, we've got Space Violence. We've got a Belgorn piloted by Zazet and Talaire. We've got an Aneros, Jerry Fredrickson. He's going to be the logistics. We've got an Ashimu and a Navy Harbinger on field, so that'll be fun to watch. Haven't seen an Ashimu or a Navy Harbinger at all. Harbinger, sorry. And then finally, we've got a Sweeple, Blackbird, and a Navy Slicer for small tackle.
Absolutely, and we've got V4 there that have actually come in slightly at range off of the beacon. They're about like 30 off until we get to their battleships. And then we've got the support and logic component hanging a little bit further back than that.
It doesn't look like anyone's moving just yet, so I don't think the match has actually started.
No, we're just underway right now, Gommel. So it's just like kicked off now.
Yep, there they go.
That's it. And Space Violence has a massive defense bar, so you know they've got a fair bit of EHP there for sure. And both teams fielding a very strong control bars as well. How much of that manages to get applied, we'll have to wait and see. And we've got V4 Der going straight for that Blackbird, but their own Hound of Noggins is yet again in trouble. Noggins suffering last time round as well.
Yep, it looks like Space Violence is going to try and clip V4 Der's DPS application by taking out their stealth bombers first.
I said, but it looks like Noggins has actually been saved this time around. As long as they can keep the range, keep the transversal up, we'll see how they actually do. And we've got Space Violence that supplied a good chunk of their control bar, but the control bar as well for V4 Der has just increased significantly, focusing a great deal on the Balgorn of the team captain of Space Violence, Zazad.
It's just a question of whether or not Space Violence can keep their impressively large passive and active tank up while simultaneously applying E-War to Vader.
I'd say we're not seeing a great deal of damage coming from either team, with V4 Der having possibly a slight advantage, although that's changing. You know, and we're probably going to see some tricky with target switching going on all the way through here to try and catch the Logi off guard. And Noggins in trouble again. Oh, just caught reps there.
Yep, it looks like the Logi pilot has reps on the Purifier and the Hound, trying to keep them both alive so that they can keep applying damage to what looks like the Navy Slicer. Oh, yep, he's going back and forth, that Hound. Just catching reps, catching damage, catching reps, catching damage.
He's gradually breaking, though. He's really down into structure. And when you see that, you know, health bar just kind of like, you know, bouncing up and down like that, that's always frightening. You know, and they are the softest targets, and they do have good DPS. By focusing and switching on the 2 bombers, you know, that's where you're going to have your greatest chance. But there again, that Navy Slicer. Looks like it is catching reps.
He's about to get into structure, so he's catching reps of his own, but not nearly as much as Noggins and the Hound.
Exactly, down into structure now, so it's like, you know, another shot or two, and there we go.
That Navy Slicer is going to be a big loss to Space Violence.
That's it. Well, it's a control element that has gone that it was actually bringing. So we're going to see now where V4 Der actually start to apply their DPS next. They're still working on that Balgorn of Zadzad. You know, we're still seeing kind of like newts there, being applied. We're also seeing damps going across, but there again, the control bar from Space Violence is pretty big. You know, if that Blackbird is actually getting off some jams, that can really cause trouble. And that Orthrus for V4 Der really in trouble now.
Yep, it just popped, and that will take away a great deal of V4's DPS application.
Absolutely. So, not looking good there. And they're back over onto Noggins. It seems to be a real kind of popular target. And there they go. So Noggins is like back out of it as well. We're going to see like how this goes. I mean, like Space Violence looking very strong here now. They've only lost a Navy Slicer for an Othros and a Hound. That's a good exchange to have.
And that Purifier looks like it's about to be next, and that looks like it'll probably be it for V4 Dur. If there's any element, I'd say it'd be the Ashimu, really, because that's just a mini Balgorn being able to just throw around extra webs, extra newts, extra nos. That is probably the reason why the defense and control bars for Space Violence are so incredibly high.
That's it. So unfortunately, it looks like V4 Dur may be needing to contact Broadcast for Reps themselves. This is obviously not the way that they were expecting it to go for them. The Balgon now for V4 Dur, flown by Wolfpack, that's taking all of the attention of the Space Violence team, it seems.
Yeah, it won't matter how well the Onero's pilot throws the reps down on that Balgorn. I think he is more or less toast.
Yeah, we're seeing the newts going out to that Balgorn as well, and also newts being applied through to the Aneros now, flown by Resna for V4 Dur. That Blackbird still taking damage though, so
it's taking a lot of damage. I think that one might just fall this before the match is over.
There again, we're going to have to...
That could take off a serious weight off of V4 Dur. They might not be out of it.
Exactly. I mean, if they do get that Blackbird, I mean, it's not a huge points gain, but as far as survivability and being able to do what you want to do, it obviously gives them a great deal of confidence, really, if they can get that Blackbird out the way.
Neither team has much DPS being applied at the moment. So it really is all about the ECM and logistics being the major factor for success in this tournament.
Yes, but that Aneros for V4 Dur, Resna, gaining a lot of attention now, almost down into structure.
Yep, he's probably overheating, and it looks like he's going to go next.
That's it. It's sort of like, there's a lot of attention on there. Pull back, that ancillary armor repper looks like it's, well, okay,
there
failed.
Yeah, with the Ashimu and the Navy Harbinger being the wild cards, two ships that have not really been flown much at all this entire tournament, definitely being used to great effect by Space Violence.
Very much so. So we can see the Balgorn now of V4 Dur. That's getting all of the love. They're making sure those Space Violence, they keep control of everything else and they don't have any embarrassing losses. So they're also staying on that Fleet Typhoon as well, flown by the team captain, Blade. So we got, I think it's just a matter of time. We're down to like 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Whether or not V4 Dur are going to be able to, keep going here and outlast the clock, yet to be seen. A little unlikely,
I would like to see that happen, to be honest. It would be nice. It would be nice to see them be able to survive for the next 2 minutes. I doubt that'll happen. Their tank is slowly but surely shrinking. And that was a big hit on that Fleet Typhoon.
Yeah, exactly. So, as much as I would like them to hang about as well, they really are in a bit of a tricky spot now.
It is a little tough to tell the exact hue of whether they're using a web or a grappler. I'm assuming that they're using webs.
Yeah, if you look, the webs are slightly lighter blue, grapplers slightly darker.
It's just when the icons are tiny, it's very tough to tell.
And then goes the Fleet Typhoon of the team captain for V4 Der. Just Wolfpack left now in that Balgon, and they're already busy at work on that Balgon there.
He is really trying to 1v6. You could tell that he's probably got an ancillary repper of some kind. That defense bar was moving up a little bit, but it's coming back down to earth, and he's already in 75% structure.
That's it, and we've got a real strong showing here from like Space Violence. Obviously, they've been like a strong team, and there's a strong Sig as well within the Imperium in its own right. So they're very busy doing their own kind of stuff, generally as a group. If you're interested in that and generally kind of Euro timed, then look out for that Sig and get involved.
Yes, absolutely. Space Violence is one of the groups that I've also had a privilege to fly with. Very excellent group of guys, great leadership. As you could see, they excel in small gang warfare. They like to do roams and just go around, find the enemy, and kill them.